Hi everyone, just gonna wait for everybody to get in. We are going live now. Just gonna chat a little bit tonight. I don't really have any new information for you. Kind of waiting to see what comes out in the newspaper tomorrow. Let's let the notifications get out and let people start coming in. Gonna be doing a little bit more speculating tonight and talking. There's no new information, but I do want to talk about some things that are going on right now.
Want to save some legwork in finding great used cars?
Give everybody just a couple more minutes to get in. How is everyone tonight? Let me get it so that I can see the chat. We are just going to be talking about Isabella tonight, Ariel Sellers. For those of you who don't know, there is a march planned for tomorrow from 4 to 6. You're going to meet at the Jack in the Box parking lot, and then from 6 to 8 you're going to be up at Puha Street again. Please bring your signs, your mask, and your voices to support Ariel. Get everybody in. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to start with is I wanted to talk about this mother that is the mother of Christopher that is missing right now. He's 3 years old. Just before we dive into Isabella, let me see, switch my screen here. Where do I have it?
From the house. She said she took her eyes off Christopher for 2 minutes.
So I just wanted to show everybody this because this is what a mother should look like whenever she is grieving and upset and worried about her daughter.
She says
not lawyering up, not, you know, hiding from the neighbors.
Ya no sé qué hacer. Por favor, todos ayúdenme. Regrésenme a mi niño. Estoy desesperada. Mi corazón está roto. Por favor, regrésenme a mi niño.
Now, Air 11 was above the search area earlier this morning. It gives you a sense of the terrain out here and why the search has been so difficult. The Grimes County Sheriff says they are working multiple angles of this case, but for now have no evidence of foul play or an abduction.
Since yesterday, we've been over it several times. Everything humanly possible and has been done at this point. We're going back over it. I hope a positive result. We're going to stay here till we find him.
Since Christopher was reported missing, so many agencies, including the FBI, Texas EquiSearch, and volunteers have responded here near the family home. They're using dogs, drones, ATVs, and crews on foot to try and find him. There are even plans, we're told, in the works to drain nearby ponds to look for Christopher. Now, by now, it has been more than...
Okay, so I mostly wanted to show the mother's reaction there.
The search
As you
continues,
see,
and we
she's
will
like
have a live
devastated.
update for
There's
you
a full
at 5
video
o'clock.
that I posted in the group.
You feel the pain in that mother's voice.
There's a full video that I posted in the group that I recommend everybody go and watch just to see what the difference is between Christopher's mother's reaction and Lehua's reaction with Isabella missing. You know, we're hearing from the neighbors that she did not go out and search at all. They were not outside yelling for Isabella. They weren't looking for her. The neighbor left for work at around 7:30 and said she didn't even see police there yet. So for them to say that they called it in around 6:30, you would think even if police took a while to respond, that they would be out searching in the meantime. But as far as we know, nobody was. So it just kind of raises red flags because, why aren't you looking for her? Why is nobody from that side of the family out searching for Isabella? Why is it only her biological family? If you have been her parents for the last 3 to 4 years, you would think that you would care if she was gone and not be worried just about, self-preservation and lawyering up instead of, looking for her, caring for her. And I know that, like I said, I've said this before, in a situation like I would never take a lie detector test if it was me. I would probably consult with a lawyer or have a family spokesperson. I've seen that done in the past, but there is no way that I would not be out searching for my child. I would be 100% in, regardless of what's going on around me. I would be talking to the press every chance I could get, or talking to my spokesperson so that they could talk to the press, but there's no way that I would hide. They've deleted pretty much everything on their social media accounts at this point, from what I understand. And they're getting worried because the group is getting big. I'm not sure. Let me check exactly how many members we have now. I want to say it's 570. But that's not big. They have no idea. If they think that this is going to get small and go away, it's not. They've got another thing coming if that's what they're waiting for. I have only been on this case for 15 days. It was September 22nd whenever I heard about Isabella missing. And in 15 days, we have grown the group from 39 people to 570. We're now got 5 different YouTubers making videos about Isabella, and it's just going to keep getting bigger. So if they're waiting for it to go away, it's not going to happen. This family, the biological family, is not going to stop marching. They are not going to stop protesting. They want answers. So if police and the adoptive family is just waiting for it to go away, it's not going to. Wait, okay, there it is. So I don't know if you guys seen the video that was posted, 572. Yep. See, I knew it was somewhere around there. We're growing every day. We're getting bigger. And then that's just our group. There's still a whole nother group by Alert to Locate that is, I want to say, around 170 members, give or take. So combined, we're over 750. And it's going to keep growing. We're going to keep spreading awareness. And this is just social media. I know that there's a whole army of people out there right now passing out flyers and spreading awareness on the island. Every time that you guys march and every time that you spread awareness through the media with your marches, more and more people are going to drive past and be like, oh, well, what's going on there? And they're going to see and become aware that she is missing. So like I said, if they're waiting for this to go away, then they need to think again, because it's not going to. We will not stop until Ariel is found. We will not rest until Ariel is found. She doesn't deserve what happened to her, whatever it is, and they need to just fess up and say what happened. Somebody asked in the group today under the anonymous post about their security system, and it raised a couple good questions. So I went on and I looked up all of the different security companies that are in Hawaii. And I was looking up some of the different features of what each security system offers. Let me find my paper. Sorry. So every single company pretty much, except for the ones that didn't have websites. There was a couple that do not have websites that I didn't get a chance to call, but I will. All of the companies have something advertised on their sites called to-call verification. And what that means is that, say your alarm goes off. You have 30 seconds to enter your code. Some of them were 60 seconds, depending on which company you went to. And then once your code is entered and the alarm is disarmed, they call to make sure that you disarmed it and to make sure that everything is okay. If you don't answer, they call a secondary phone number on your account. And if that phone number does not answer, they check the camera system, see what's going on, and send the police simultaneously. So, if they have their alarm that went off around 1 a.m., like they are saying, they had to have woken up and shut that alarm off for the police to have not responded. So who shut the alarm off, Lehua? Who shut the alarm off, Sonny? Who was it? Because somebody shut that alarm off. You know, we want answers to questions like this, and not from your lawyer. You know, you need to give answers to the police directly. Because this is the stage of the game that we're at right now. Something isn't right with this case. You know, I came into this with a attitude of, well, I'm not going to look at it like that. And, you know, well, maybe, you know, sunflowers and rainbows, and maybe there was a unicorn that swooped down and took her. We don't know. It could have been UFOs or Bigfoot. Like, anything could have happened. But the more stuff is coming out and the more information we get, it's awful. Like, why? What happened to her? You know, I'm hearing now that my September 4th that I said was the last time that she was seen, nobody actually made contact with her. They just assumed that she was there. So how true is that? You know, I'm hearing both ways. When was the last time that anybody seen her? Other than Sonny, Lehua, and Ryan, and Thomas. Who's the last person to have seen Isabella, Ariel? So this is just, you know, where we're at with this now. And I don't know if you guys watched the video that was posted on the group earlier today. It was by Truth Unfound, I believe. She's a newer YouTube station. It looks like she only has like 3 or 4 videos up. She doesn't have very much stuff, but she has made a couple 2 really good videos about Ariel so far. She put the timeline into both of them, or into the one today, I mean. It was a pretty good it was a pretty good video, but it raised a lot of questions for me because it was looking at, you know, the marks that are on Ariel's face in some of these pictures. We don't have too much security companies here on Ohio. I'm sure because of their criminal history, they have their security untraceable. So, but they were able to show the police the record of the alarm going off at 1 a.m. So even if it was untraceable, they still had the alarm that went off that should have activated their cameras, but their cameras, quote unquote, glitched. I'd like to know how many times their cameras typically glitch. Do they glitch often? Or just whenever your 6-year-old who is fully dressed, wearing shoes, going to bed, happens to get up and walk out of your house at 1 a.m. to go sleep in the yard where she sleeps often. I also have heard that they have electronic locks on their house because of the fact that Isabella wanders away to sleep in the yard. That's a new detail that I've heard. And I don't think that's true. I think they're just trying to say oh, well, we were diligent parents. That's why we had these electronic locks and this security system and cameras. But that night, everything didn't work. But somebody shut off the alarm at 1 a.m. So how did she get out of the house? And better yet, how did she get out of the house with a backpack and a bag full of toys and with dirty old slippers that don't belong to her? Make it a couple miles away to throw her photo album in the dumpster the week before, and then a couple miles away from that to leave her toys that look like they came from, any dollar store and could be anybody's toys at the beach area. The whole story, it just is red flag after red flag after red flag. And, I've stayed pretty neutral this whole time, but I'm getting to the point now where people are sending me messages all day. And I'm fine with that. Message me all you want. But I'm getting details, and these details that are coming into me are so alarming. And, I'm making sure they've all been sent to police if they are relevant. Most of it is just stuff about the family. You know what I mean? Drug use and allegations of criminal activity and different things like that. There's a reason that people are afraid to speak out in this case. And so a lot of it I've just kind of kept to myself, but at the same time I'm hearing this and I'm seeing this innocent little girl, and I want to know what happened to her. How did she go from this happy, healthy looking child whenever she was in this home that was so bad for her that she had to be removed? And I'm not faulting the biological family whatsoever. But how did she go from that to she gets so skinny. She has what people are saying are bruises on her. The biological mother is saying that the last visit that she had, she was covered in bruises. If that's so, the door lock alarmed her at 1:30. Should match the cameras at 1:30, but nothing. Right. It was somewhere around 1 a.m. they're saying. I'm not sure if it was 1:30, but exactly. They're saying that the cameras glitched, which isn't true. And then there's people on the same area that have cameras also that never seen Ariel walk away. I mean, we can go back to where, I don't know how many of you seen the video at the very beginning that I showed of the mother. She is heartbroken because her child did. He walked away. He followed a puppy down the road and he is lost now. The dog came back late last night, but the boy is still gone. And she is heartbroken and she is begging and pleading for her baby's life, for people to come forward. Her whole world changed in an instant. 2 minutes. She was unloading the groceries from the car and turned around for 2 minutes and he was gone. And then we see Lehua hiding in her house, shooting the posters that people put up of Ariel. They have bullet holes or burn marks in them after the rally. Recording their interview before they gave it to police through their lawyer because they don't want to talk. The difference in how they are acting compared to somebody who is actually heartbroken about their child is disturbing. So I don't know. I'm fired up today, obviously, because I am just, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Let's be honest. But I'm just, like I said, we're 25 days in? She's been gone for 25 days. And from what we can tell, like, the police are quote unquote investigating, but we're not hearing anything. And then the CPS is saying in their news article about how, oh, well, they look into every case and they do background checks and blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, they do their job. But why does a felon have a baby? Why did you put her in that house then? If you do extensive background checks? No, you lie. Your website says 5 years. That's what your website says. So either somebody needs to go correct the website or y'all need to stop lying, because you don't do extensive background checks. And Hawaii's not the only state like that. Florida has on theirs that only some felonies will stop you from having a child, which means if you're a felon for, I don't know, theft or drugs, you can have a baby. Like, that's ridiculous. We're taking these children out of homes and then putting them into homes that are just as bad or worse in some occasions. Like, something has to change. Yeah, I'm upset too. Like, you can't, I don't know. It's just too much. It's just too much. And then, like, that video today from Truth Unfound, she did a really great video. I enjoyed her video. I thought that it was good. Everybody should go watch it. She had a lot of great points. However, at the end, whenever she's talking about how she doesn't agree with what I said the other day about how CPS checks should continue after adoption, because you want to feel like eventually that the children are yours. I don't see how it would be any different than being required to take them to, like, a doctor's visit, for example. Something to make sure that these kids stay safe after adoption. Because let me tell you, Ariel is not the only child to go missing as soon as adoption happens. She's not. I don't know if any of you looked into Orrin and Orson West after I posted it earlier. But as soon as their adoption went through, they went missing. And they haven't been heard from in 10 months. We have no idea where they are. Nobody's looking. Nobody's doing anything. The Bakersfield police in California are just sitting there, as far as we know. If these kids had checks that happened up until the age of 18, like they do in Switzerland and other countries, maybe our kids that get adopted wouldn't have a 45% more chance of dying in custody. Maybe if somebody was holding these parents accountable to make sure that these babies stay safe after adoption too, that this would be better. What is this felony for? So he has 3 different felonies for assault. He also has 3 felonies for assault, and he has a domestic violence charge. So he's violent. We put a baby in a violent criminal's house. Yeah, foster kids once every 3 months. I agree. And then, like I said, after adoption, there's no reason that they shouldn't have to go like twice a year, even until they're 18. Because like I said, she's not the first child to get adopted and then disappear. This isn't the first time. Something has to change, and, it needs to start here. Not just the system, though, but like how we view cases. We shouldn't have to protest and get loud and be in their face for people to realize that she is missing. It shouldn't have to be this way, where we have to do all of this just for people to notice, just for the news to make a report. They went 12 days without a news report. 12 days. Why? They didn't start reporting until we started protesting and getting loud. And then they had no choice but to report on it. We have to do better. Terroristic threatening. That's what it was. 2nd degree. Yep. Yeah, like he's a violent criminal. His ex-wife had a PFA against him. If I remember correctly. But we're okay. Let's give him 4 babies. Like, what? Let's give him all the babies. Let's put them all in his house, and we'll just trust that he's changed. And I get it. Some people do change. Some people, change their lives completely around. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you steal from me, I'm not going to leave money on my plate and walk away. Why would I do that? If you've done it before, you could do it again. So why are we gambling with children's lives? Why are we just assuming that these people changed because enough time went past? No, it shouldn't be like that. Not with our babies. You want to gamble with something? Give him a puppy. See how he does with a puppy. You know what? No, that's not fair to the puppies. Forget that. Scratch that. Give him like a gecko or something. Like, you can't have no kids. I'm sorry, not from the foster system. Not somebody else's babies. That's awful. And now look, now she's missing. Where is she? Sonny? Where is she? I want to know. And I hope you're listening. Somebody told me that you've been listening to my videos and, I'm giving you guys a fair chance and blah, blah, blah. Well, this is me telling you now. Where is she? Because somebody in that house knows. Let's look at these pictures from earlier, from this Truth Unfound video. Let me pull it up. It's going to get trippy. Don't freak out. Maybe. Oh, what are you doing? Sorry. I clicked the wrong button. Truth Unfound posted these earlier, and the biological family is asked the same questions. Why does she have all these marks on her all the time? Because they never knew her to be a rambunctious, get hurt all the time kid. There's a difference between if you have a kid that plays outside all the time and she's got bruises, than a kid who's just in your house. The neighbors said that they haven't seen these children outside ever. They don't come and go. They don't do nothing. They are in this house. They don't get to leave. So it's not like she's playing outside. So what are these? Are these bruises? Are they pixelation? Shadows? I don't know. But Truth Unfound is saying that maybe these are bruises. And then we have the biological mom saying that the last time that she's seen her, she was covered in bruises. And she reported that. And what did CPS do? Did they look into it? I don't know, because she was adopted. And then they changed only her name. Why? Why did you change her name? But none of the other kids? That's weird. That's weird. And then we're hearing that the 12-year-old was forced to cut her hair, and that's why her hair looks a mess and doesn't have a normal haircut in any of these pictures, because she got goop or something in her hair and was forced to get her hair cut by her sister instead of somebody taking the time to get it out. It's too much. It's too much. And I don't know anymore. I don't know. We have this one. You know, she's got the cuts on her face. Mark above her lip. What's happening? You know, why she always got bruises? You think Lehua is the one who hurt Ariel and Sonny got rid of her body. She is a stay-at-home mom. See, I don't know. I don't know them personally, but I have had people tell me that, you know, Lehua was a very strict parent, which there's nothing wrong with being a quote-unquote strict parent. I have, I know strict parents. There's nothing wrong with being strict, but are you abusing your child? Because that's not okay. There's a big difference between, you know, a spanking, for example, to getting cuts on her face. How's that happen? How's she get bruises on her arms? You want to spank her bottom. I'm not going to argue with you one way or the other over that. But cuts on her face? A swollen eye? Why's she swollen? How'd she get bruises on her arms? That's what I want to know. And then, you know, we're seeing photographs of... Tristan, put the dog out, please. Sorry, it's my puppy. We're seeing the photograph of the one picture. I don't even have it on here, but it was just posted again yesterday, where she's the only one in a mask. Everybody else is smiling. Everybody else, no mask. Why she got a mask on? Then there's the picture of them at the beach. All the other kids in swimsuits. Everybody's in swimsuits. She's sitting there in long sleeve clothes. Why? What are you hiding? You know, was she being abused? That's what I'm asking. Because somebody out here knows. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't really necessarily intend to come on here this spicy tonight, but I've just been getting so many messages, and it's been firing me up because, you know, it's done. Like, I'm done. We need answers. And somebody told me, oh, they're worried because the group is growing and they didn't want to get embarrassed. They're being embarrassed. And if people don't stop embarrassing them, you know, what if they retaliate because they're being embarrassed? Like, are you kidding me? We're trying to spread awareness for your missing daughter. I haven't accused you of anything until today. You know, we've looked into your background a little bit and poked around and, you know, kind of looked at it, but I haven't said anything wrong until today. Let's go. You know, you want to act like we're doing something bad by spreading awareness? You don't want nobody to know she's missing? Why? What do y'all got going on that you don't want nobody to know she's missing? Oh yeah, they're being publicly humiliated, I was told, because there's marches going on outside of their house. Like, there's marches going on because y'all ain't talking, and somebody has to talk. You know, if you would have came out day one and said, where is my baby? Can somebody help me find my daughter? Did they do that? No. That's supposed to be your new daughter. You just adopted her in February. I understand that, but she's been living with you for like 3 years. You don't have no feelings for her? Was she just a paycheck up until February and now we don't necessarily need her anymore? Really? I mean, y'all better be happy that I don't live close enough to come March, because you think I'm going to be quiet. Give me a bullhorn. I'll be out there all day, every day, like we see these people doing on Brian Laundrie's lots. And I know that some of my friends are going to laugh at that, because I feel bad for his neighbors. And I would feel bad for the Kalua's neighbors. But I'm going to tell you, some of their neighbors are in my inbox and want to know why they ain't talking. Where are you at? Where you at, Sonny? Where is your daughter? Where is she? You know, if what happened was an accident, then come out and say it was an accident. And I'm happy that all of this news is starting now. It's great. It's awesome that, we're finally getting the attention that this baby deserved day one. To keep deserving every day until she is missing. That news should be reporting something every single day. Show her face. Show her face. I know there's at least one reporter who listens to these broadcasts. Show her face. That's what we want. Give her 15 seconds on every broadcast to say, hey, she's still missing. That's what we're after. You don't want me to start coming after the news stations about why you ain't paying attention to this case, but you're airing Brian Laundrie? Then start showing her face. Don't tell me there's nothing to report on. She is still missing. She is still not here. So where is she? Show her face. There she is. Show it. How hard is it? How hard is it to say, hey, this is Ariel. This is Isabella. Whatever you want to call her. Go by either name. People know by now she's both. Because her name just changed in February. Show her face. Every single day. Wake up and show her face. 6 a.m. broadcast. Put her flyer up. 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Take a 10-second commercial break and show her face. Every day. The family is going to keep marching, and they're going to keep searching, and we're going to keep airing what they're doing as much as possible. Please do your part, news. Please. And like I said, I am thankful, because the last 2 days, there has been so many articles and there has been these broadcasts, and that's what we need, because she's still missing and there are still people on that island that don't know. Like I said, this isn't going to just go away. And if the Kaluas are listening and you're waiting for it to go away, it's not going to until we find her. We'll be outside your house again tomorrow. Maybe you want to come out and chat. Nobody's going to hurt you. Nobody's threatening you. Yeah. Well, the problem is, True Crime Vibe Tribe, they're not being allowed to get some of the information because they're not even though they're biologically their family, they are not by law their family anymore because the adoption took place. So even if they call every day, they're still not getting very much information. They're getting the basics. They're telling them they're searching and looking into the investigation, but the details that you would normally get as a family member, it's not necessarily happening, from my understanding anyways. And I've seen people talking about, somebody messaged me and asked me what I thought about doing a GoFundMe for a private detective. And then somebody mentioned it in the group again today. And here's my thing. GoFundMes and stuff like that would be completely 100% up to the family. I will tell you, if this keeps getting bigger and getting the social media traction, some people look at GoFundMes as a good thing, and other people look at it as a bad thing, like the family's trying to profit. If it gets set up, I think it needs to be set up to go straight to a private detective investigative firm or to a bank account for a reward fund. I wouldn't mess with the whole, the whole GoFundMe situation, because it brings, as much good as the money does, it brings the negative attention too from people. There are YouTube creators who spend their whole day, bashing families that have GoFundMes. So, but hopefully, maybe a detective on Hawaii will see all of this and want to volunteer his time even. Like, that would be awesome. We got any detective friends? Like, let's do this. We need somebody looking into this case. And I'm not saying that HPD isn't. I'm sure they are. But how much? Considering that the Kaluas have family in the police department, I found out. They're attached to everybody in that community. It's crazy. But I don't know, guys. I just wanted to come on and, like I said, continue to spread her name, continue to show her pictures, and put her face out there and rant and rave for a little bit, because, like I said, I got fired up this afternoon. Yeah, no, I agree. They need to call every day and let them know that they are not giving up and not going to stop looking. I agree. But I wanted to make sure you guys seen the flyer that was posted in the group. This isn't the flyer. It's just, I typed it. But they are going to be meeting tomorrow from 4 until 6 p.m. at the intersection near the Jack in the Box. And they're going to march towards Puha Street, where they will meet from 6 to 8 tomorrow. So please come out and give the family support. This is going to be a peaceful march. We don't want the Kaluas saying that they are threatened and stuff. Nobody's threatening you. We just want to hear, and we're going to keep being noisy until the right person hears. So join them tomorrow, guys. Go and march with them and make Ariel's voice be heard. The more people that see her face, the more people that get awareness, the better. Because like I said, this is not going away. Her family isn't going to just back down and let her disappear. No alcohol or drugs allowed there. Just in case you guys didn't see that. Family member just said, do not bring alcohol or drugs. We already know that the police are probably going to be there. They had the police there for the last one. The more people there, the better. Absolutely. But that's all I really have, guys. I'm going to go ahead and jump off. Watch the replay if you were late, Taryn. I mostly just rant and rave this one. No new real information. I just got fired up a little bit before I came on because somebody sent me a message, and it just kind of sent me over the edge because, you know, I don't know. I'm hearing, oh, the Kaluas are watching your lives. Good. Good. Watch the lives. Where is she? So, but that's where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer and close out like I do every night, you guys. So, dear Heavenly Father, please be with Isabella's family. Please comfort them and help them to get victory for her, Lord. Bring justice for Ariel and help us to find where she is. And weigh on the Kalua's hearts, Lord. Help them to want to say what happened. Where is she? Be with the detectives and help to strengthen them. To look in the right places, Lord, and to find what they need to find to solve this. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, guys, please somebody either live stream or send me videos after or pictures, preferably with no swearing in them. I know that's hard because you can't really control the crowds, but I can cut around them even if there is swearing. Just send me some stuff of the marches. All right, guys. I will catch you probably Sunday night. Either Saturday